Hey guys, uh, can you see my screen? Okay. This is a Linux workshop. In this workshop, we're going to spin up a Linux virtual machine on our laptop and then introduce some basic Linux commands. Here's the outline. Set up the environment, execute some commands, how to get help, uh, how to combine command line tools, how to redirect input and output, how to work with folders and files, how to create new users, assign permissions, and package management. We might not have enough time to cover all of them, but all the uh, commands and instructions are written clearly in this markdown file, so you can uh, continue those materials after the workshop by yourself. And I don't recommend you follow the steps I do, like step by step. I think just by watching, you will get a good idea of how to use Linux. Uh, like I said, you can always execute all those commands on your own later after this workshop. And I've posted the link of this README file in the chat. So you can click on that to get this README file. And I'm going to get started. So first step is setting up the Linux environment. I'm going to use a tool called Multipass. And we have to install this tool at first. So here's the link. It directs me to this installation page of Multipass, and here choose your operating system. If you're using macOS, click here. If you're using Windows, click here. Then to download this tool. So this is a tool allows you to create a virtual machine on your laptop. A virtual machine is like a computer. Then you will have a Linux operating system running on your laptop, and then you can start running some Linux commands on the virtual machine. Okay, I'm using Mac. Install Multipass on macOS, download Multipass for macOS. Alternatively, you see the documentation for instruction on how to install using Brew. I'm more familiar with Brew, so I will go with this one. Wait, this isn't Brew at all. Anyway, I will just download this package. Then continue, agree, install. Um, Okay, it has been installed, and I should be able to open it. Mm, and I'm more familiar with the sorry, the command line of the multipass. So I'm just going to use multipass command line to launch a instance. Um, so the command is multipass launch and dash dash name the name of the virtual machine. So you can open your terminal. This is my terminal on Mac. If you're using Windows, you can use um, PowerShell. One sec. You can use PowerShell to execute those commands. So after having multipass installed, you can run multipass dash dash version to check the current version, and multipass ls to list all the current all the virtual machines. So no instances found. That means I don't have instances ready. So I'm going to create one. Multipass launch dash dash name my VM. Okay, it is launched. Let me run this command again. So you can see from this list, you have the name of the virtual machine, the state. Currently, it is running the IPv4 address. Of course, this is a private IP, and the image name or the operating system. This is Ubuntu 24.04 long time support. To log in to this virtual machine, you use the command multipass shell and then the name of the virtual machine. Multipass shell my VM. Now you are in the Linux environment. All right. This application, this tool I'm using is called Terminal, and the command I send, the command I type in this terminal will be interpreted and executed by a shell called bash. That's the default shell, and then the operating system is the one who does the work, the one who manages the CPU, disk, memory, and all other hardwares, and does the job for us. All right. So I'm using terminal to send commands to bash, like seq3. This gives us a series of number from 1 to 3. So this is a command, and this is the argument for this command. So that's usually how we use Linux command. So we type a command, and then we append some arguments after the command. And pwd, that's another command, and it returns the current directory we're at. We're at /home/ubuntu. That's the path or the directory we're at, and this is our home path. And we can see the symbol here. We have a tilde. That is like the alias of the home path. Next, navigating directories. After we log into the system, we might like to navigate to a different directory. We're not going to stay at the home directory forever. So the command to navigate directories is cd. Cd stands for change directory. Cd, and then the argument we're going to enter is the path we're going to go to. So like I mentioned before, tilde is the home path. So cd tilde. So we didn't switch our directory at all. We're still at the tilde directory. But we can go to a different directory like this one, /usr/lib/python3. cd, and then the path we're going to go. This is our destination, and then boom, we're at this directory. And then let me type pwd. It shows that we're here. We also like to see what's in this directory, right? So we have another command, ls. Ls stands for list. ls. Okay, in this directory, we have a package called list packages. And then we can use ls with some argument or options, -al capital F. This gives us more information, like the permissions of this directory, the size, the owner, the group. This is not the size. I think this is the size. And then the date of last modified. So with the command and the options, we'll get different response from the terminal. Okay, we can go upper level. Currently, we're at /usr/lib/python3. If we go upper level, we'll go to the /lib directory. So cd double dot stands for the parent directory. Now I'm at this directory. If you like to go up to levels, cd dot dot slash dot dot, then you're at the root of the directories. So that's how you change directory in Linux. check the current directory, pwd, we're at here. We can also check the type of the command, type pwd. This is a shell built-in command. There are many types of commands. We have built-in commands. We can install third-party command line tools using package managers like apt. So you might be wondering, how do I know, like, how am I supposed to know how a command works? Like, what options do I have when I'm using the command? We can use the man command and help command. Sometimes one of them works and the other one doesn't. And man stands for manual. So man, okay, let me run this command, date. This is a very simple command. This gives you the current date. And if I run man date, this gives you the manual. There's a name section telling you the name of this command line tool, and the synopsis telling you how to use this command. So what's the syntax? So for this example, the command always starts with date, and then you have option. And then as you can see, the option is inside the square bracket. That means this part is optional. You can put options here, but if you don't, that's okay. And three dots meaning that you can have more than one argument here. And then format, that's basically saying you can have some format here, but that's optional. If you don't have format, that's okay. And then description tells you it's explaining the options you can use. And -d is an option that stands for date, and then you can append a string as the value of this option. Debug, that's another option you can add after date. File and capital I. There are many options for this command you can use. So if you don't know how to use the command, just read the manual of the command using the man command, man and then the name of the command line tool. Help also works, but it depends. Help date. Okay, date doesn't have a help page, so if you like to learn how to use date, just use the man command. Okay, man seq print a sequence of numbers. That's the name of this command. An option can have -f, -s, -w, and there are explanations of those options in the description. And then if we don't specify options or any other arguments, we just put a 3 here. That's number 3 will be considered the last value. So it will give us a sequence of numbers from 1 to 3. If we put 2 arguments here, the first argument will be considered the first value, the last one will be considered the last value. So that's how we use this sec command. Let's give it a try. Sec 5, sec 2, 5, 2, 5. Next, we can combine command line tools together with a tool called pipe. So pipe is this symbol. That's the pipe. It takes the output of the first command as the input of the second command. So this is how it works. When we type sec5, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me type sec50. We get from 1 to 50. And then we can use this sequence of number as the input for the second command, grep3. Grep3 is like a filter. It's used as a filter. It filters the input and by the condition here. So here, if there's a 3 in the input, it will filter that input and return it on the terminal. So sec50 pipe grep3. That gives you 3, 13, 23, 30 to 39, and 43. You can train multiple commands together by using multiple pipes. For this one, for example, in this example, we get a sequence of number from 1 to 100, and then we use that as the input for grep3. That means we will get a bunch of numbers with 3 in them, and then we take this output as the input for the WC -L. WC stands for word count, so it will tell you how many words are there in your input. So let me just copy this command from this README file and paste it here in my virtual machine. Command not found. That's because I copied the $sign. You don't need that. Okay. $sign is not part of the command. But there are 19 numbers in numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, 19 of them contains number 3. Okay, that's how you combine multiple commands together. All right. Next, redirecting input and output. By default, the output of command line 2 in the pipeline is outputted to the terminal. You can also save the output to a file. So as I demoed before, when I type sequence 5, we get the output in my terminal. Sec5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's in my terminal. And now I like to save the result to a file instead of reading it on my terminal. So how do I do that? We use the greater than symbol to redirect the output. So sec5 greater than, and then the path of a file or the destination. For example, I like to save it to ~sec out. All right, I just executed this command, and I should see the result in this file. let me run cat, and then the path of this file, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how we redirect the output. This symbol, this greater than symbol, will not only redirect the output, by default it overwrites the file if it already exists. So this time let me run sec3, and then I redirect this output to the same file as before. And let me show you the content of this file using the cat command. The result became 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because the content was overwritten. So what should we do if we only want to append the data? We use double greater than symbols to do that. Okay, let me run this command again, but this time with double greater than symbol, and the destination is the same file. Okay, let me show you the content again. Okay, the output was appended to this file, so we see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, section 3.6, working with folders and files. I'm currently in the root of the file system, because as you can see, we have a slash here. And I'm at this location. If I run ls, which lists all the files and folders in the current directory, I see a bunch of files and folders. So what are the purpose of each file? So /bin, that's for storing user binaries. User binaries are basically command line tools. For example, like sec, that's a command line tool, and those command line tools are stored in the format of binary files. So /bin stores user binary files, /sbin stores system binary files. So this is for system administrator to use, and this is for like regular users to use. /etc stores configuration files, /dev stores device files. You can go through this graph on your own when you are available. But most of the time, you don't have to deal with those files. The folders, the directories we use the most often are /homes and /etc and /bin. Yeah, basically. And here we have more detailed explanations of those folders. All right, let's proceed. Working with directories, list, ls stands for list. We have demo.dat. This shows the files and folders in the current directory. If you don't append any argument after ls, by default, it gives you the content of the current directory. But if you append a path after this ls, it gives you the content in that folder. ls, we have those. ls /usr lib/python3/this packages, and we'll have the content in that directory. If you like to learn more about this ls command, you use the man command to read the manual. Then it gives you a description and a bunch of arguments, options or flags you can use. By the way, you can use the arrow key to go up and down. If you like to exit, to quit, you type Q to quit. All right. You can use the option -L. I think -L stands for long, and instead of giving you all the file names, it gives you more information like the total number of files and folders, the permission, owner, file size, date, things like that. Let me double check. Man ls and -L. Okay, -L use long listing format. ls-l. Okay, this is the long listing format. List with -Al option display hidden files, because -A is -A stands for --all. Man ls -A is the same as --all. This option do not ignore entries starting with dot. So the folders and files start with dot, starting with dot are called hidden folders and files. They will be ignored if you are using ls without -A. ls-al. So as you can see, previously you don't see any files starting with dot, but here you see dot and dot dot. Those are not hidden. I'm not sure. Anyway, dot stands for current folder, dot dot stands for the parent folder, and they're hidden. Those two directories are in every directory. Okay, then we can have three options together: ls-alf. This gives you a slash at the end if this is a folder instead of a file. Right, that's what -F does. Okay, create a new directory. We can create new folders and files in Linux for sure. Let me go to the home directory. So cd tilde, oops, cd tilde. I'm in the home directory, pwd, as you can see. That's the home directory path. The command to create a new directory is mkdir, standing for make directory. I can read the manual of this command, man mkdir make directories. And the syntax is make directory, optional flags, and then the directory name. You can create multiple directories because, as you can see, there are three dots here, and you can have multiple options. No, because you see 3 dots after the options. So make directory and then the name or the path of the directory you like to create. Toolbox, that's the path. Tilde/toolbox basically means /home/ubuntu/toolbox, and toolbox will be a folder. All right, LL is like alias for ls dash dash l dash al. So it lists dash alf, I think. It lists all the content in the current directory. It gives you permission, owner, group, size, date, and it gives you a slash if this is a folder. If this is a file, there's no slash. And it lists all the hidden folders as well, like .bash logout, that's a hidden folder, sorry, hidden file. Hidden file 1, hidden file 2, this is a hidden folder, hidden file 3, hidden file 4, hidden folder 2, and this is the file we created before, which stored number 123, and this is the folder we just created by executing this command. So that's how we create a directory and check permissions of a directory, check current permission, ls-l, and then the path of the file or folder, ls-l tilde. So now I'm listing the content in the home folder in long format. So this is the permission. If it starts with a dash, that means this is a file. If it starts with D, that means this is a directory. And then those can be grouped. I mean, there's a meaning behind those strings. They look weird, but they actually represent something. Let me scroll down to this graph. All right, understand permissions. The first digit is the file type. Dash indicates a regular file. A D indicates a directory. And then the next 3 digits stands for the owner permission of the file. If you see RWX, that means the owner has read, write, and execute permission to this file. And next, the following 3 digits stands for the permission for the members of the group owning the file. So in this case, the group member has read and write permissions only to this file. And the last 3 digits stands for the permission for all other users. In this case, other users only have read permission to this file. Okay, let's go back to this example. So the home folder, the /home/ubuntu folder, this directory, is owned by a user called Ubuntu. Also, that's the user I'm currently use. I'm Ubuntu, and this folder is owned by Ubuntu, and the group there's a group called Ubuntu as well. So if I create a new user and add that user to the Ubuntu group, by default, that user should have the read, write, execute permission to this folder, because this is the permission we defined to this directory. If we take a look at the permission of sec out file, Ubuntu has read write permission to this file. We can execute this file. Other members, all the members in the Ubuntu group have read and write permission, and everyone else has read permission to this file. Okay, and we can update the permission. So how do we do that? We use a command called chmod, change mode, and then the argument is a number 400, and then the last argument is a destination or the target. This target could be a folder or a file, doesn't matter. So what does 400 stand for? Let's go back to this example. So in the world of computer, laptop, the permissions are represented in binaries. So we have zeros and ones. And read, write, execute stands for 111. If we only have read and write, there's no execute, that should be represented by 110. So if it's a 1, then it's on. If it's 0, then it's off. 111, 111, 110, 110, 110. That's read and write permission for the owner, and then read write permission for the group, read write permission for everyone else. So 1 in binary is 7, 0 in binary is 6, and 100 in binary is 4. And 400 means 400, which is read only for owner, and there's no permission for the group or other people. So that's 400 stand for. All right. So if we run this command, change mode 400, we're going to update this part. Oops. Change mode 400, and then the target toolbox. Then let me list the permission again. You see the permission becomes from this to this. Now it's a read-only folder. Dash this indicates whether this is a file or a folder. All right. We can remove a folder as well, but this is a read-only folder. So if we run rm-r toolbox, we get a warning: remove write protected directory toolbox. Yes, and then it's gone. So we can still remove it. RM stands for remove, as obvious. If you're not sure, you can read the manual. RM remove. Remove files or directories. We can use this to delete files or directories. And there's another command called rmdir, if I remember correctly. Man rmdir. This is used to remove empty directories. So it can be used. It is useful and helpful when you like to check if the directory you're going to remove is empty. If it's an empty folder, then it works. If it's not, then it doesn't work. Working with files, we can read and print a file to screen use command cat. Cat stands for concatenate. It concatenates files and print on the standard output. So, for example, I can just run this command. It prints the content of this file on my terminal. So that's the very long Python file. And then we can use the pipe command to take the output of this command as the input to the head command. So what does head do? Man head. It output the first part of files. Print the first 10 lines of each file to the standard output. Okay, let's try. I'm just going to run this command. Okay, we got the first 10 lines of this file content. If we like to read the last part of the content, there's a command called tail. Man tail. Print the last 10 lines of file. So that's the last 10 lines. I think this is one way to use it. Let me try the other way. Just by running tail and the file path. Yeah, that works the same. So you can do this or do this. And there's a command called less. So what does less do? Less opposite of more. It doesn't say much. Let's take a look at the description. Less is a program similar to more, but it has many more features. Less does not have to read the entire input file before starting. So with large input files, it starts up faster than text editors like Vim. So it is usually used when you have very large files to read. For example, if you have a CSV file with, I don't know, 500 millions of records, then you can use less to read those files instead of using cat to print everything in your terminal or using Vim to edit the file, because it may take a long time to open those files. to open large files like that. Head-n5. I don't remember what -n stands for, but my guess is that it stands for number of lines it shows. So let's see. Okay, it returns the first 5 lines of this file. Man hat -n lines number. Okay, here's another way to use head and tail. And there is an editor called v, which can be used to edit those files in place. Is the instruction. There are 3 modes, like editing mode, view mode, and select mode, if I remember correctly. Oh, sorry, normal mode. Normal mode allows you to navigate the file with fast speed, but you have to learn a lot of v command, like basic v command. If you're interested, you can do that. Just give you a demo, v and then the file name. Then I open this file in the v editor. Currently, I'm in the normal mode. I'm able to navigate this file without the mouse. So just take a look at the position of my cursor. If we like to edit the file, we enter the insert mode. But this is a read-only file, so actually we can't edit that. I mean, we can edit that, but we can't save the update at the end. So this is the insert mode. It allows us to edit the file. If I press escape, we are back to the normal mode. And if we press V, we're in the visual mode. It allows us to select lines, and then we can delete those lines or copy them to somewhere else, someplace else. Okay, if you would like to quit this editor, you press escape and then press colon and Q and exclamation mark, because this is a read-only file. We don't want to save anything. Then we quit the editor. As I expected, I couldn't cover everything else. It's already 1:29, so this is the end of this workshop. But if you like, you can go through the rest of this material on your own. Thanks for joining this workshop.
Great, thank you, David. Thank you, everyone, to join. And if you still have any questions, you can go to our website, wecalldata.com, to find more information. And wish you guys have a good rest of the week.